was necessary for us to begin sadhana. All of us at one period or the other of our life when we are spiritual must have got exposed to this Ashtanga Yoga at least little bit. But in what clarity, vagueness, we don't know. But here, from the authority direct of the Yoga Darshana Shastra and Vyasa Bhashya, we are trying to get the clarity as well as inspiration to do these sadhanas. And till now, from last, how many ever number of days we spent? 383 days. We did whole Samadhi Pada, Sadhana Pada up to this much. All of them are very informative, inspirational, but all of them becomes fruitful only when we grow in our higher experiences. All that experience higher will come to us only when we do sadhana. And what sadhana to do, where to begin, this is where we have to begin from. That is why in many of the places, without touching the samadhi pada and anything, straight away they talk only about the ashtanga yoga. And that sadhana do all they do also, and that really leads to the higher stages. But here we are committed to study the entire Shastra, and the way the Shastra guides, that way we were studying. But actual sadhana is from here. Only through the Ashtanga Yoga sadhana we become qualified for the Kriya Yoga sadhana. Then only we become qualified for the Abhyasa Vairagya. Through that only the Sampragnata Samadhi and the Vritti Nirodha, Samskara Nirodha, Chitta Nirodha, then Swarupa Pratishta. Through this in between stages of Viveka Khyati Ratambara Prajna ityadi will happen. So let us congratulate ourselves, but tell to ourselves that okay, अभी तक तो theory सुन रहे थे, tentatively we were doing all sadhanas, now we will be practical in these things. If at this stage of knowing the sadhanas, if we miss to do the beginning of sadhana, if we miss starting the sadhana, again we have missed one more chance. Like in Vedanta, every day is an opportunity to begin sadhana. बट वी आर नॉट डूइंग दैट विवेक वैरा कोई भी कॉन्शियसली नहीं कर रहे, बस ऐसे सुनते जा रहे. ये भी अगर हम आज शुरू नहीं की ना तो कभी शुरू होता नहीं. जो शुरू करते हैं वही आगे बढ़ेंगे, बढ़ते बढ़ते पहुंच जाएंगे. ओम 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 सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यंकरवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या योग विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्य. ओम हेरिमे गुरुवे पूर्व मदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याता सर्व वेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतो वन्दे भगवन्तो पुनः पुनः. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या योग विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण योगवेदान्तदर्शनासद्वारस्मिन् क्षणे एव आत्मानुभूतिकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिकप्रगति विश्वशान्तिप्राप्त्यर्थम् अस्मिन् कर्मणि अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां सदा दिग्विजयार्थं श्री पतंजलि महर्षि प्रणीत योगदर्शन शास्त्र से पारायणम आद्यशंकर व्यास भगवतः भाष्य समेत अध्ययनम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे आदौ योगदर्शनाचार्याणां स्मरणम. ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय कपिलमहर्षये नमः. ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय कपिलमहर्षये नमः. ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय कपिलमहर्षये नमः. ओम पतंजलि महर्षये नमः. ओम पतंजलि महर्षये नमः. ओम पतंजलि महर्षये नमः. ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः. ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः. ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः. ओम अतः श्री पतंजलि महर्षि प्रणीत योग दर्शन शास्त्रम द्वितीय पादः साधना पादः. ओम तदभावात् संयोगाभावः हानं तदृशेः कैवल्यं विवेक ख्याति अविप्लवा हानोपायः तस्य सप्तधा प्रान्तभूमिः प्रज्ञा योगांगानुष्ठानादशुद्धिक्षये ज्ञानदीप्तिः आविवेक ख्यातेः. So up to 28th mantra I just now chanted. So in that what he said before that, what was taught to us was the entire sadhanas to be done in the sadhana pada. In that what is to be reached is moksha, moksha through viyoga of the sanyoga of the drashtadrishya, that is done by the removal of the cause of that called as avidya. and that is done by the Viveka Khyati. So through the Viveka Khyati, who by getting out of his identity with everything and established in the self, he is called as Sthita in Prajna. And the one who was in that Prajna Sthita, he has got 7 Pranta Bhumis. That we saw. The 4 Bhumis belong to the Vritti aspect, the Karya aspect, and the 3 Bhumikas are of the Chitta aspect, the Karana aspect. All that we saw. Now, having said now, the introduction mein, what Vyasa Bhagavan said, कि this is a Siddhi, Sadhya, what? Viveka Khyati. That Sadhya Siddhi Viveka Khyati cannot happen without sadhana. Therefore, we must know and do the sadhana. And that is how 28th mantra begin. In that, what it said sequentially, Yoganga Anushtanat Ashuddhi Kshaye Jnana Deeptihi. All these 3 lead to Viveka Khyate. Viveka Khyate, what it does, already we have seen in the earlier sutras. Okay. Therefore, योगांगों का अनुष्ठान करके पंच क्लेश रूपी अशुद्धि का क्षय करके द पोजिशन ऑफ प्रकृति पुरुष का जो ज्ञान है उसको दीप दीप्यमान बना करके इन दैट हाइट एंड हीट ऑफ दैट ज्ञानम व्हाट वी डू द विवेक ख्याति यूज करके ऑल द वृत्ति अनात्मा टोटली डिस्कार्डेड डिसॉल्व्ड उसका निरोधी कर दिया देन द eternal ever existing pure conscious self with that we get identified. That's called as Swarupa Pratishtha, Atma Pratishtha. That's called as Kaivalya. Okay, this 28th sutra's importance was so much that 2-3 days we studied. Now, obviously, when the Yoga Anga Anushtana leads to or should lead to Ashuddhikshaya and consequent 2 steps, what are those Ashtangas of the Yoga? We must know. That is why the next sutra. Now, you see, in all our so far studied 55 sutra or 54 sutras in the Prathama Samadhipada and in this so far 28, एक एक सूत्र के बेस पे जो कनेक्शन है जो ब्यूटी है व्यास भगवान explaining us and we are studying how systematic and how clear it is. Though it is written in sutra form, yet there is a complete continuous connection. You know, Alpaksharama Sandigdham, Saravadh, Vishuddhamukam and all that. Excellent. So now comes the topic of Ashtanga Yoga. Now, why Ashtanga Yoga should be studied? अब हमको ये प्रश्न नहीं है सडनली किसी को बताओ तो होता होगा वाई वी डोंट हैव प्रश्न बिकॉज वी हैव कम टू दिस पॉइंट आफ्टर गोइंग थ्रू सो मेनी थिंग्स सो वाई शुड यू डू द अष्टांग योगा स्वामी तो दैट इज फॉर द विवेक ख्याति उत्पत्ति बिफोर दैट अशुद्धि क्षय आल्सो why Ashuddhi Kshaya? Then only Viveka Khyati will come. Why Viveka Khyati? In that only we'll be able to do the discrimination between Prakriti and Purusha and devaluing the Prakriti. We can get rid of the Prakriti for this Purusha. Purusha gets declutched from, freed from the bondage which is created by the Prakriti. Or Drashya, Prakriti kaho, Drishya kaho, Jagat kaho, all are same. So for that we are learning the Ashtanga. And here also, like we just now studied Vedanta, while the Ashtanga Yoga sadhana is done, one gets the Samyamita Chitta. With that, lot of siddhis can be achieved. That all are temptations given again by the Shruti Mata to check that even after coming at this level, do you use all these abilities again to go back to the old ruts, or you know the clear purpose of this Ashtanga Yoga is through Viveka Khyati, Atma Anubhuti only. जैसे पूरा सृष्टि का जो बताया वहां इतरे उपनिषद में द पर्पस ऑफ दैट इज टू रिकॉग्नाइज वन विदाउट सेकंड ब्रह्म ब्रह्मात्मा के बोध पहले आत्मबोध हो गया अंदर और वही आत्मा सब में है वो ब्रह्म बोध हो गया वो ब्रह्मा और आत्मा दोनों ही एक ही है तो ब्रह्मात्मा के बोध सो प्रत्यक्ष रूपेण even though in the Aitara Upanishad Bhagavan created Sushti has entered all that is said but the Paroksha Rupena the purpose of telling it is Brahmatmike Bodha. So here also Pratyaksha Rupena even though Samyamita Chitta person will have all the siddhis that will be told but Paroksha Rupena the whole purpose of the Ashtanga Yoga is through Viveka Khyati getting established in Sarupa Pratishtha and getting Kaivalya. Any other gain is lesser. Not that that's not the purpose. So let's keep that in mind. Now let us take up the 29th हो गया the 30th सूत्र नहीं 28 हो गया the 29th सूत्र ये तत्र yoga angani avadhariyante. Now in this context the yoga angas are being explained for you. Let us see what are they. Chant this sutra 3 times. Yama niyama asana pranayama pratyahara dharana dhyana samadhaya ashtavangani. है ना, इन दिस में 5 पार्ट्स को बनाकर बोलोगे ना तो वो इजी होएगा. यम नियम आसन प्राणायाम प्रत्याहार धारण ध्यान समाधय अष्टौ अंगानी. है ना. Then when you master it, yama niyama asana pranayama pratyahara dharan dhyana samadha ashtangani. One flow. So for enumeration, the 8 limbs angas of the Ashtanga yoga. First one yama, second is niyama, third asana, fourth pranayama, fifth pratyahara, sixth dharana, seventh dhyana, eighth samadhi. Okay, up to pratyahara they are called bahiranga sadhanas. Then dharana, dhyana, samadhi are called as antaranga sadhanas. All of them are done for what? Ashuddhi kshaya. What are the ashuddhi? Panchakleshas. What it should lead to other also viveka khyati. What is viveka khyati? Sattva purushayo anyata khyati. And why that has to be done? Because sattva and purusha are mixed up. That analakta lohavat. That all the lakshanas of the sattva, the antakarana are fallen on the purusha, because of which the purusha is unnecessarily experiencing the bandhana, samsara, dukkha. वो सब छुटकारा करवाने के लिए all this is the bahiranga and antaranga sadhanas. Now in this, the first yama sadhana is said to be mostly nishedhatmaka sadhana. Meaning almost all of them will talk about nishedhatmaka, not to do. Also it indicates the sadhana of how we have to deal with the world outside other than us. How to deal with the world other than me, and in that nishedhatmakata are mostly told. In the second sadhana, it is vidheyatmakata. So nishiddha and vidheya. To be done wale, or to be avoided, yet to be done. In the to be done wale sadhana के साथ इसमें क्या है? How I have to deal with myself, my own equipments, so that the ashuddhi kshaya happens, viveka khyati is born. I will repeat it again and again so that we are not forgetting. Okay. तो यम साधना यमनम करना, यति यम कंट्रोलिंग. कंट्रोलिंग में हमेशा यही भावना होता है नहीं करने वाला. तो क्या क्या चीजें नहीं करना, नहीं करने को छोड़ना भी करना है. How come Swami not doing is a sadhana? Because you are doing so far it one, that one, dropping that is called sadhana. Dropping, doing the dropping of that is called sadhana. Isn't it? Like ahimsa. There's no ahimsa. There's only himsa in the world. You can't do ahimsa. Then how do you understand ahimsa? By not doing himsa, it is ahimsa. You can't do ahimsa. Ahimsa is not a thing to be done. It is a thing to be avoided. What is that? Ahimsa. Himsa ko chodna hai. In the same way, satyam. Satyam is about avoiding the jhoot. We'll see everyone's definition exhaustively. So to asteya. What is asteya? It's non-stealing. You can't do non-stealing. You have to stop stealing. These are all nishedhatmaka sadhana. Then brahmacharya, non-indulgence in the world. Then aparigraha. You can't have aparigraha sadhana. Drop the parigrahas, obviously it becomes aparigraha. So nishedhatmaka. Because they are all being done the opposite things in the world for various reasons, which have become a big problem. Therefore निषेध करना है उसका. तो अष्टांगा यम नियम आसन प्राणायाम प्रत्याहार धारण ध्यान समाधि. In that yama niyama asana pranayama pratyahara are the bahiranga sadhanas, dharana dhyana samadhi are the antaranga sadhanas. So yama are with nishedhatmaka sadhanas with regard to the world. Niyama are the vidhyatmaka sadhana we have to do for ourselves. Then asana is a sitting comfortable posture so that we can attend to the mind, etc. for higher sadhana. Asana. These are not all Shirasasana, Kurmasana, Kukutasana, Matsyasana, Shalavasana, Bhujangasana, Gomukasana, Ardhamatsyasan, that Tadasana, Yasana. No, 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 no. Stiram, Sukham, Asanam, that's it. दे आर ऑल डिफरेंट थिंग. तो बॉडी मेंटेनेंस के लिए योग दर्शन से आसन का शब्द लेकर सारे पशुओं को हेल्दी हुआ देखकर जेलसी फील करके उनसे सारे सिटिंग वॉकिंग पोजेस को सीख कर उसको नाम दे दिया योगा. 70% ऑफ योगासनास आर ऑल एनिमल्स ओनली, है ना. ऑल ऑफ वृश्चिकासन, गोमुखासन, शलभासन, भुजंगासन, दिस आर ऑल पशुओं के ही नाम पे आसन है. कोई पेड़ के ताड़ासन, नौकासन, मत्स्यासन, मच्छिल की तरह. I don't know all of them. They are healthy because they sit like that. Therefore, you sit like that, you become healthy and like animal also. Because being healthy and to remain healthy, to enjoy the bhoga of the world, is not at all purpose of human. It's of human animals. तो आसन की बात क्या है? Not all of that. That is different purpose. As much this yoga asanas pranayama give us a healthy body, so much if we are not careful, they create our identity with the body more and more. Like every women folk, to look beautiful, they do little makeup, but whole life is only to make up and do beautiful, look beautiful. Beyond that, they don't do anything. यही है माया मोह कहते हैं. तो here also that great people of yoga asana teaching. But then fortune क्या है ना, if the yoga asana they learn traditionally, not taught by the Westerners, उनको क्या पता. Eastern people, Eastern में every yoga asana teaching guru, matured, maximum of them, परंपरा से आने वाले, they tell, my dear friends, yoga asana purpose is not only to make body healthy. Actually, yoga is nothing to do with the body, it is of the mind. But mind we are not controlling because the mind is lost in its identity with the body. Body either gives sukha when it is comfortable or gives dukkha when it is diseased. Therefore, saturate the body for the internal journey. Therefore, through yoga, I teach you all that, but that's not the purpose. Purpose is God. If that yoga acharya teaches like that, in India they teach. So they are matured. They don't teach like in aerobic, in other asanas. So therefore you become fit to realize the self. They don't tell that. Because उनको वो concept नहीं है. Western में exercise means keep body healthy so that you live longer and you can enjoy the world better. In East, the yoga is not everything in the Eastern thing. Whether the asanas go, tirtha kshetra go, puja, for all of them, the only purpose is know the self. Because the Lord Himself has created, maintained, and dissolved the creation, and He Himself entered only for the purpose of realization. We follow that. ब्रह्मात्मा के बोध के लिए भगवान ने पूरी सृष्टि बनाई. तो हमारे हिंदुइज्म एवरीथिंग परमात्मा को जानने के लिए वो इंटरप्रेट करता है. There's a beauty. Anyway, asana. Then the pranayama is the regulation of the breath, so that outside the sharira is intact, inside the mana also is intact. Pranayama. थोड़ा सा यहाँ बताएंगे. Remaining again, there are pranayama gurus. There's a big subject again. Pranayama. Wow, how many things they talk about. And through pranayama, the people even conquer the body in its stulata and siddhi. They even levitate in the air. Some of them go into the water inside for 3-4 minutes which are dying. Then they float on the water also. है ना, 4-4, 6-6 घंटे जितना चाहिए उतना, they just float. That's a pranayama अभ्यास का हो शक्ति है. So many other benefits are there through the prana niyantrana. But our purpose is none of that. Ours is knowing the self. Okay, pranayam. Then pratyahara. The pratyahara here is in Vedanta is called as uparati. The uparati there, the pratyahara here are same. There shamadama is equal to here yamaniyama. Okay. Then comes pratyahara dharana. So dharana is holding the mind or chitta in our hand with regard to a place. So with regard to an object when the mind is held, it is called a dhyana. With regard to the time when the mind is held, it is called a samadhi. So देश काल वस्तु के दृष्टि से चित्त का बंधन करना ही धारण ध्यान समाधि. We will see all the definitions. देशबंधः चित्तस्य धारणा, तत्र प्रत्येक दानता ध्यानम. Every one of them will come. we're the most lucky ones now that unambiguously, crystal clearly समझ में आने वाले विषयों को हम समझ रहे हैं, अभी पढ़ रहे हैं. But one thing is what they are necessary to be done as sadhana. यहाँ मिस किया तो अगेन वी विल ओनली theory mongers. We only are satisfied with some listening, neither do nor get the depth, not enjoy the doing as well as achieving. No difference between us who are studying Shastra so regularly and the samsari who are in our own house. We are also bhogi like them, we are also extroverted like them, we are also distracted like them, angry, and we are also zero in the experience like them, spiritual experience. ऐसे होना चाहिए तो what can I do or anybody do? Even I will also start. Once we start studying Yama, Ahimsa, Satyam, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Parigraha, thoroughly samajna, start practice. Not that we are not doing so far, some of them must study, but conspicuously, clearly, with the base of the clear understanding from the Yoga Darshanam Vyasa Bhashya. So today we have given all the 8 of the things essence. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. For this, भाष्यकार ने क्या भाष्य किया? यथा क्रमम एतेषाम अनुष्ठानम स्वरूपम च वक्ष्यामः. In the same sequence, the meaning of that and the practice of that we will be able to, we will be doing you for you, telling you from the next sutra. That is what he says. With this, the 29th sutra is over. Now in the 30th sutra, the first one of the 8 limbs of yoga, the yama is taken for discussion and study. Okay, tatra. Now I am chanting the 30th sutra, talking about the yama 3 times. Ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha, yamaha. Ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha, yamaha. Ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha, yamaha. Now one by one, Bhagavan Vyasa will explain. Our Patanjali will not. He just says sutra and goes ahead. व्यास भगवान का भाष्य में एक एक को लेकर वो समझाते. Then on the Bhashya Vyasa, when you study the Vrutti of the other great yogacharyas of late, पिछले 400-500 साल के, तो फिर और डिटेली आपको होगा. तो वृत्तियों को मैं ज़्यादा टच नहीं कर रहा हूँ. व्यास भाष्य समझने के लिए जितना वृत्ति चाहिए, that much only we are discussing. And Vyasa Bhashya is a sufficient thing for us to understand that sutra and its relation with the earlier and the later one. The entire thing's relation with our main goal of Kaivalyam is equal to Atma Prapti, is equal to Vritti Nirodha, is equal to the Asampragnata Yoga Samadhi, is equal to Viveka Khyati, is equal to Sampradaya Samadhi, is equal to our Chitta brought into Ekagra Bhumi through the Abhyasa Vairagya or through the Ishvara Pranidhana Kriya Yoga, in which the kleshas are removed, Samadhi Bhavana is done. So in one flow, we told you the entire essence of what we have studied so far. So let us see what is Yama Sadhanas, the 5 of them, tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Paramarashubhyo Nam Tatsat Brahmarpanam Astu. बहुत बढ़िया सा.